Welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna make this quick. Don't worry, I'll be in and out. We're gonna get into this new episode on the film The American Society of Magical Negroes. Yes, but before we get to that, we have to go ahead and take care of some business, and that is to press like, subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification bell as well to notify you of any and all reviews to this channel. Welcome to Man Cinema Reviews with its ever so lovely host, Peter Man. Hey, that's me. What's up, y'all? Thank you very much for choosing Man Cinema Reviews. Let's go. A young man gets recruited into a secret society of magical black people who dedicate their lives to making white folks' lives easier. Although initially enamored with his new powers, he begins to question the value of using supernatural means to do the very thing he's felt obligated to do his whole life. So, let's go with some pros. Justice Smith is a young actor. I've seen him in a couple things. He made a splash in the sequel to Jurassic World. He's done a couple of television series, and I'm pretty sure he's got a A24 science fiction horror thriller. I see the TV Glow later on this year. Him and David Alan Grier have some good chemistry. This is a art student, basically, down and out on his luck. He has his own show that he is showcasing his yarn art, and nobody's biting. He meets David Alan Grier at this event. He is a bartender, and he follows Justice Smith's character, and Justice Smith gets into kind of a sticky situation where this Caucasian woman is just drunk beyond repair. She's trying to get money out of the ATM. Her boyfriend shows up. The drunk girl gives Justice Smith her purse to hold while she gets things settled. And really, she's looking for her debit card, which is already in the ATM machine. But he is mistaken to be a robber when she doesn't know where her card is. And in walks the boyfriend, who sees Justice Smith, this young black guy, in a not so nice part of the neighborhood in LA. But in walks David Alan Grier, who actually magically appears, and all of a sudden her purse and belongings are together. It's a whole misunderstanding. He suggests a barbecue near there, and they're just going on with their happy white lives. And David Alan Grier shows Justice Smith a secret society of affluent, magical black people who help white people feel not threatened. He goes through these exercises of the white people tears meter that shows up when people are cautious, where white folks clutch their pearls. All this premise is just a interesting premise that goes horribly awry. It's like biting satire. It's comedy fused with fantasy. It's almost like Harry Potter, but in the modern world, where just normal black folks are trying to live their lives without the threat of white people who are predicated to not trust black folks. There's also racism that pops its ugly head when their lives are threatened. That's when these folks all of a sudden show up and defuse these situations, is basically what I gathered from this film. A film that this reminded me of was Sorry for Bothering You, a film with Lakeith Stanfield that came out, I believe, in 2018. I think that film is like a sci-fi satire, how people in the marketing agency have to use their white voice. Black people have to use their white voice in order to get sales and accrue wealth and success. I think that film does it 10 times better than anything that's happening on the screen for this film. I'm sorry, Justice Smith, David Alan Grier have great chemistry. Their scenes together are scattershot, they're sporadic. It's surprisingly, they don't get a lot of screen time together, because David Alan Grier pops up with these meaningful, monologues and story beats that are probably the best parts of the film, because when it gets to the satire, when it gets to the commentary, it almost feels like it's presenting this grandstanding role that black people play in white people's lives, whether they're in affluent neighborhoods, whether they're in the social networking sector of social media. It just feels like a lot of grandstanding and not enough biting satire. I think the writer and director of this is their directorial debut. I think his name's Kobi Libii. I want to say that this guy has an eye. I mean, it's shot well, it's presented well, but I feel like a lot of the stuff was pulled back and not really diving into the satire much. Almost scared of provoking it or putting a magnifying glass over these issues. Like I said, the premise is cool, but it's almost like the creators are too afraid to go to this topic head on and attack it. And I think that the film suffers for it. It is basically a fantasy where the fantastical elements are few and far between, and the comedy is pretty non-existent, with a couple chuckles here and there. But with the comedy fantasy, and the fantasy is scattershot, the comedy is non-existent, this movie is kind of dead on arrival. I'm sorry, Justice Smith, David Alan Grier, great chemistry, great actors in their own right. This film just isn't it. I'm gonna give the film a 1 star for both of these actors. It's just really not it, and I really don't think that it's hardly offensive to be called a horrible film, but it's just meh, middle of the road, cool premise, didn't do much with it. Thank you very much for choosing Manson Reviews. Hopefully you'll be in tune with my review that I have with my son. I got a new film in the works to review. I think you know what it is. It came out this past weekend. Just go see the reviews. It's a doozy. I'll be looking forward to that episode and more on Manson Reviews. We're out. Peace.